A major drug maker is reportedly considering filing for bankruptcy to try to get out of paying settlement money to people who became addicted to their opioids. The Wall Street Journal breaking the story this week. Irish drug maker Mallinckrodt is in negotiations to cut the funds owed to communities as part of an opioid deal reached last year. And the money may instead go to hedge funds and other investors. Joseph Steinfeld is an attorney representing thousands of people who say they were addicted to Mallinckrodt's pills. Joseph, thanks so much for joining us.
You're very welcome. I'm happy to be here, Natasha.
On its face, this sounds outrageous. I know a lot of people are mad about this. Will Mallinckrodt get out of paying these thousands of people who became addicted to their drugs?
It's certainly highly likely that they will, unfortunately, unless enough pressure is put on by the public and also by our trust. The way this is set up, unfortunately, is there was an original bankruptcy that took place approximately 2 years ago. The plan was confirmed on June 16th, and a trust was set up, and it's a large trust that was supposed to be funded with $1.7 billion. The drug maker, Mallinckrodt, paid the first payment, an installment payment, to be paid over 8 years of $450 million. That was going into a master trust. My clients are the PI victims, the persons injured by the opioids that were sold by Mallinckrodt. 40% of all opioids were sold by this company, and they had suffered significant losses of life, jobs, domestic problems, and this was their one opportunity to get some form of recompense. Obviously, there's no way to replace someone's life, but in our system of justice, monetary relief is about all we can give somebody who's been harmed. So as part of this plan, our clients were going to receive approximately 9.3% of the $1.7 billion. After the first payment was made, everything seemed to be okay. In May of this year, during the 10Q report, they had a shareholder, a public report by the CFO and CEO of the company, and they said everything was fine. The company was meeting its expectations. Lo and behold, 3 weeks later, we find out that the hedge funds, who are actually the owners of the company, they, in the first bankruptcy, or right now the only bankruptcy, they came in and turned their debt into equity, and they also gave additional secured debt. We feel that there is obviously something was awry, because within 3 weeks of the company reporting in a shareholder meeting, a public report, that everything was fine, all of a sudden we find out that the hedge funds, who have secured debt that also has to be paid, decided that they were going to call their notes unless the company filed another bankruptcy, which then would extinguish unsecured debt first. Now, our debt, unfortunately, is unsecured. And that's a problem in the bankruptcy code, if I can be frank about it, because unfortunately, tort victims in our bankruptcy system are treated no different than economic creditors. In other words, a creditor who decides to advance credit, when you sell widgets or goods or services.
Joseph, I just want to, we're almost out of time, and I just want to make sure we get a couple of important points in. I know everything you're saying is very important. And I've heard about this before, these large companies declaring bankruptcy to avoid paying settlement money. This is a bigger problem than just this case, but my God, does it make an impact to every single client that you represent. It is so difficult. If this goes through, is there anything that victims and families can do to ever see settlement money? And in just about 20 seconds, you mentioned public pressure. If people are angry about this, what should they do?
Well, I would say certainly contact Congress, congressmen, representatives, because they can do something about this. They can put the pressure on and offer a remedy which would then prevent hedge funds or secured creditors who knowingly come in, create a bankruptcy, take a position that is superior to our clients, and then use that as a tool in which to cram down and eliminate this debt. What our clients can do, hopefully, is through the MDT2 trust, object to this. And if a bankruptcy is filed, then we'll investigate and find out why and what happened, and whether or not this was a plan all from the start. In other words, bankruptcies have to be filed in what's called good faith. And if you don't file in good faith, it can be rejected. The J&J bankruptcy was rejected because it was a bad faith bankruptcy. Yeah. The same thing occurred here.
Okay. Thank you for watching. Go to newsnationnow.com to find NewsNation on your television provider. And don't forget to click the red subscribe button below to get more of NewsNation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.